Or please. Same thing like I met last week. Hi, good afternoon. I'm audible. I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
wanted to reconfirm. A couple of weeks back we met. Is the same team. We had a training for Fairleigh Dickinson University 2 weeks back. If I'm not wrong, it was on 23rd of December. I mean November. So is it the same team over here? Okay, so in that case, I would prefer for a quick discussion if possible, like how you are feeling about when you start promoting FDU individually. I'm really not able to hear anyone out. So for FDU, we have already discussed about the important points, requirements, and the courses what we offer. Now, I would like to know that what is your concern, right, when you start counseling with the students? Like, what is their requirement, what they want? Is FDU is like promotable in your market? Are you able to discuss about FDU to students? I want you to please unmute yourself and discuss on this because I've already done with the training. I don't think I don't have to repeat it again to make it a little more boring. Is there any particular questions you want to ask?
Ma'am, the meeting was recent only, so we had that like all the details with us, like the requirement and all. But for Canada, looking into the current scenario, we are getting less inquiries for this. But those who are for eligible for FTU, we do recommend them for FTU.
Okay. No, I totally understand that right now the inquiries are pretty less for every organization. It is the same scenario. But what I'll say that don't take it in a negative aspect. What I recommend is take it in a positive aspect that earlier when you used to get a long list of inquiries or leads in a daily basis, it used to be like you will have to filter it out, like who is planning for upcoming intake, who is planning for next intake, who are on the edge of like whether planning or not. Right now, whatever inquiries you're getting, they're already planned for it. You really don't have to filter out it. All the inquiries you're getting, they already know that they're planning for Canada. They are sure about Canada. Only thing is that they need the right information. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong also. So this is the number of inquiries might be less, but your effort on filtering on the quality of applicants is also getting little more simpler and easier right now. So that's a one fact that being in a Canada counseling part, that's the best part you can choose at this moment. And coming to the conversions of applications, as I have mentioned earlier, I'm still on the process of continuing with the same activity that if you made a application, if you made an offer letter, I'll be there to support you in the conversion from the institutional point of view. I'll be there in touch with the students directly, giving them information about all their queries, what they have. If they have a query related or they have a concern related to the institution, location, program, how the course look like, how it is going to benefit them, definitely I will be there in the direct point of contact. At the same time, student ambassador will be there and also the volunteer students also will be there at the point of contact for the students. So the conversion is always going to be in a 50-50 share with you and me. But your leads is your responsibility. So it is till you make the application. It's your process, and from application onwards, it is going to be a equal process with us. So this is as an initiative we have taken, considering the right scenario right now, whatever is happening, like the market is going down, we need that quality applicant. I won't say that if you're getting 10 inquiries a day, all the 10 will not fit into our requirement. There will be two or three. We are not planning to make any relaxation to increase the number of application. FDU never plan for increase the number of students, but at the same time we want to maintain the same consistency in the recruitment numbers with the same quality. So that's the reason our academic requirements always remains the same, but they will be additional in a what do you say, benefits for the students as part of the scholarships or additional supports will be provided. So I believe you guys remember about the academic requirement. Can anyone repeat me for that? Waiting for an answer. So are you guys aware about the academic requirement of FDU? So for master's applicants, we accept 3-year and 4-year degree holders. For 3-year degree, it has to be 70% and above. There is no relaxation on that. If the student is coming with a 3-year degree alone, we need 70% and above. If it is a 4-year degree, 61% onwards, we accept. Keeping the backlog count same as up to 10, but again, highly recommended to limit it up to 6. We also accept the second master's if the student is already having a 3-year bachelor's plus 2-year master's or 2 bachelor degree, including the B.Ed. We accept double degrees and masters. In that case, we accept from 65% in both the degrees. Backlog remains the same for all the applicants. No matter 3-year or 4-year degree, it has to be up to 6, highly recommended. At times, if the student is having a very strong experience, we can go up to 10 backlogs, but not more than that. Educational gap. Any gap for master applicants. For graduate applicants, any gap is accepted as long as they can justify their gap. So that's our academic requirement. IELTS requirement, we have a direct requirement of overall 6.5 in IELTS with no component less than 6.5.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is the gap for masters you said?
Any gap is accepted as long as they have a proper justification, especially in experience.
Both grads and masters.
Yes.
Okay.
Bachelor applicants, the maximum gap accepted is up to 2 years. Now coming to the course list. So we have bachelor's in arts, coming with the specialization of business, communication, international relation, hospitality and hospitality management. Then we have BBA. The major course content will be international business with a minor specialization choices of digital marketing, financial and wealth management, event and convention management. These 3 will be their 3 choices. In minor, they have major concentration of BBA will be international business. Then we have Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, highly recommended for students who are interested into computer science bachelors. Our bachelor programs are popular in the scholarship we offer. We offer a scholarship up to 65%. In order to earn the 65% scholarship, we want the student to fit into academic merit and an SAT requirement of 1280 and above. 1280 above out of 1600 in SAT plus 60%, 65% and above in their 12th core subjects. So that's our academic requirement. So basic tuition fees for undergrad students is 21,000 US dollars. After deducting of 65% scholarship, the first year fees will come down to 7,325 US dollars. 350 US dollars. 7350. The same scholarship can be carried forward to second year, third year, and fourth year if they maintain a CGPA of 3.0 out of 4. Clear? So that's our bachelor requirement. Any queries related to bachelor admissions? Okay, coming to master's requirement, as I told you, academic requirement remains the same. IELTS requirement overall 6.5 with no component less than 6.5. But we also accept with a minimum requirement of overall 6 with no component less than 6. We also accept with TOEFL and PTE equivalence also. So hope you remember last time I mentioned that for English requirement, always refer to the university website. There you have the minimum requirement for each band in IELTS and TOEFL. IELTS, TOEFL and PTE. Minimum each band requirement is also a mandatory requirement. Now coming to academics, the most inquired program from the region is Master of Administrative Science in Global Health and Human Service, in which we get inquiries from students who are coming under medicine, nursing and BDS background. For all these degree holders, we accept from 56% onwards. Medicine, BDS and nursing, we accept from 56% onwards. So that's the minimum requirement on academic requirement. We discussed about the program. In masters, we have Master of Administrative Science, Global Leadership Specialization, Global Technology, Global Health and Human Service Administration, HR, Cyber Security, Computer Security, and Forensic Science Administration. These are the 5 specializations we are offering under Master of Administrative Science.
मैम आपने क्या बताया कि हेल्थ में कुछ ही बैकग्राउंड देयर आर ओनली फ्यू बैकग्राउंड्स व्हिच आर एक्सेप्टेड इन ग्लोबल हेल्थ एंड ह्यूमन सर्विस
So, for somebody who is applying for Global Health and Human Service, we accept students from any background. If they're coming from a BA background, BSc background, or medicine background, anyone is eligible to apply for a Global Health.
Okay.
Because it's completely into administrative, not in the technical part.
Correct. And you need 4 years degree.
No, 3-year also accepted, but it has to be 70%.
70% or above. Otherwise, 3 year is also acceptable.
Yes.
For even for HR, even for
any specialization, if the student is coming from a 3-year background, it has to be 70% and above. If it is from a 4-year background, 61%. And if the student is having a bachelor's and master's, both 65%.
Okay, and ma'am, what is your IELTS requirement? 6.5.
Each band 6.5 is our minimum requirement. I mean, direct requirement. Minimum is all band 6.
Okay, so what is the difference? I mean, if I have each 6, Will I eligible to get
So
admission?
if somebody is not falling into the direct requirement, they will have to go through additional one course or two course of English. So we have three different entry levels: pre-masters, far entry, and direct entry. One who
Okay.
fall into the direct entry, they will not be having additional English courses. One will be there as part of their academics. Then if they're coming with far entry, they will have to do an internal English test for writing
Okay.
at the time of enrollment,
Okay.
not as a part of admission.
Okay.
So based on the test score, they will be recommended to take either one or two course of English.
Correct. And this additional course of English, are there any additional charges?
There is a minimal charge applied to it. So their maximum tuition fees can vary from 34,000 US dollars to 36,000.
3,000 could be the charges.
1,200 around 1,600.
1,600 could be the charges. Okay. And you accept this 12+3 in all these administrative majors, right? That is
Yes.
cyber security
All
also.
the masters we
computer
accept with 12 plus
Yeah.
3. But academic requirement remains the same,
70%.
70%.
And if they have bachelor and master, it could be 65.
65 in both.
Okay. And someone has 6.5 overall, but one or two module 6, then they have to write English test over there.
Yes.
Based on their marks, they will be placed whether they, for one level is the English session or two level
Two
English sessions.
If they're coming with all band 6,
And
overall 6,
overall 2 years master's fees is 34,000 US dollar.
yes.
Or it could be 34 to 36,000
36 depends
US.
upon the English.
English test. Okay, fair enough. Fine. And you accept PTE also, you accept Duolingo also?
Not Duolingo, but PT and TOEFL.
PTE and TOEFL you accept. Okay. And PAL, there is no issue, right? You have enough PALs.
At this moment, we do not have a count for the PAL for the next year. It will
Okay.
be announced to institution by Jan.
Okay. And ma'am, do you have programs for main tech?
Yes, we do have.
These administrative programs are
All the
open for-
masters except the hospitality management masters, every program is available for main tech.
Okay. And this hospitality, you need 4 years degree.
No, 3 years.
3 years
still-
acceptable.
Yes, if the student is academically coming from a non-hospitality background, still it is accepted, but they require a 3 year of experience.
Okay.
Either academic or experience should be there.
Okay, and ma'am, what about those computer science program, like Masters of Applied Computer Science? There are 3 types of program, MBA Applied Computer Science,
Yes.
right? So for those program, you need 4 years of degree.
No, 3 year again accepted if they're coming from a computing background.
Okay,
So this 3 year degree is only accepted for Indian students.
so BCA you accept,
Yes, 70% if it is there, we accept.
70% is there, you accept that for BCA.
Yes.
Okay, and if someone have, and then you don't need GRE now, right?
No, not in.
Earlier you need GRE, but now you don't need GRE. Fair enough. And then someone have bachelor and masters. Then you don't need, okay, GRE is not required, but then the requirement would be 65.
65.
Simple funda is there for
Yes.
all the programs. Okay, right. And this Masters Applied Computer Science is there in BCPNP.
It is still there in the BCPN. BCPNP requirement has changed. Student has to successfully complete the course, have a valid job offer letter for the next 1 year.
For the next year. Okay, so this offer is now added because earlier they don't.
Earlier it wasn't there.
Okay.
Now the entire BCPNP programs have this requirement to apply for a PR.
Okay. Fine. And then you have bachelor's degree, but for bachelor's, I think we don't have much students because your fees are quite high compared to other.
That's the reason we have the highest scholarship. We are offering 65% scholarship based on their SAT score.
SAT score.
Yes.
Okay.
Student can see our merit requirement is very simple. It is just 65% in their 12.
Okay.
That make them fall into the 30% scholarship.
Hmm.
If they are coming with a SAT score along with that, we are offering them 65% scholarship where the fees is going very low. 7,350 US dollars per year.
Okay, but SAT here, the students, they are not giving it. The South
They want
might,
scholarship.
yeah,
No, I'm getting SAT from Gujarat.
Gujarat also.
Huh?
Okay.
So only thing is they are not much aware about it. So if somebody is, see, instead of 21,000 US dollars per year, Only with the SAT score, they're getting 7,350 US dollars.
That's true.
So,
And ma'am, the fees for all this program like hospitality, Masters Applied Computer Science, and this MA program, Administrative Science program, for them the fees is same,
all the masters, it is the same.
34 to 36,000 dollars.
Yeah.
Okay, and minimum I would consider each 6 bands, right?
Yes.
And 3 years degree accepted with 70%. If not, 3 years, then 4 years degree with 60%.
Yes. And for hospitality, each band 6 is not accepted. There, the minimum requirement is 6.5 months.
6.5, no less than 6. Okay, and for them also you accept 3 years bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Plus years of experience required.
No, either one. If
Either
they're
one.
coming from academically hospitality background, 3-year degree is enough. If they're not coming from academic background, 3-year experience is enough.
Okay. And ma'am, how many backlogs do you accept?
Recordically up to 10, but
Hmm.
highly recommend up to 6 due to the high volume of application.
Okay. And ma'am, the major problem is the turnaround time. So,
We already revised on the turnaround time. So right now, all the applicants are getting an offer letter within the 5 weeks time.
5 weeks time. Okay. And then do you have any additional requirement like official score reporting,
We need
LORs, official transcript reporting the university before
So
admission?
certain universities, if the document provided is not self-explained on the like, what is it? Genuinity of the document, at times we will be asking for additional documents for that. If the student is submitting with the individual semester sheets and the final score, there is no confusion.
But on a safer side, if we want to, we want to avoid any requirement from university side, can we ask our student to do the official transcript reporting to the university?
It has to be done at the time of registration. So once they do with the payment, it will be recommended them to send it across in the email directly from the university, or they can carry it when they are traveling to the university at the time of enrollment.
Correct. Okay. Okay, so that's it from my side. And ma'am, gap, I mean, is there any requirement for gap?
Not exactly for master applicants. We accept with any long gaps also. That's absolutely fine. And it has to be justified properly, like what they were doing in the gap.
Okay, and ma'am, like, we would like to know, like, what are the scenario over there, like in Vancouver? If your students are going every year, you might go and visit there, right? So we would like to know the feedback, like currently the students are a bit scared to going to Vancouver because of the
I understand it's nearby. Okay. So see, at this moment from the campus, I haven't heard anything wrong about it. Even I checked with the students also. So I don't really have a comment on like on the security or the safety of students.
Okay.
So in order to cover all these points, what we are planning to do is in the coming intakes, once the student have already received an offer letter, we will be organizing a group where there will be a student ambassador will be there. At the same time, like someone 1 or 2 volunteers from each program will be there to address on every queries an offer holder have. So that will also help a equal support to the counselors who made the application and an offer for the conversion support. So the student will not be like completely coming to you with all the queries. They will always have a direct point of contact from the university to clear with the queries and doubts.
Okay. Okay, I think I'll make a note and promote it. I just want 2, 3 details, ma'am.
Okay.
Like IELTS, what is your PT and TOEFL requirement?
So that's a different one. So I can't generalize it as such.
Like in IELTS, you said you need 8.6 minimum.
Yes.
So what is your PT minimum?
So there is PT minimum, which is coming with an overall. So I'll use the Chrome here.
And then do you offer scholarship?
Not for masters, only for bachelors. So here you have, sorry, is So here you have all the information. Individual minimum band requirement should also be met.
Okay.
So that's the reason I told you it cannot be generalized. So if I say TOEFL overall 88, writing 24 is a requirement.
Okay.
At the same time, if the student is going for a pre-master's entry level, that's a minimum requirement. When it comes to TOEFL, overall 70 with the minimum requirement of 21 as well.
Correct. Okay. So from there we can see, and
This is what I recommend all the time, to always rely on the website when it is TOEFL or PTE. The same time, it is already mentioned here, a student with English score equivalent to IELTS 6.5 or highest across all band will not be required to take the English placement test. So any students who are coming with any English score apart from this, they will be recommended to take an internal English placement test at the time of registration, not as part of a admission test requirement.
okay, so the one who is giving T or TOEFL, they should also appear for the internal English test.
Exactly.
Okay.
But at the same time, if they are coming with the minimum score, if they're going for the minimum score,
6.5.
yes, each band sits for pre-master's entry or a FAR entry. There, they do not have to take a UPT test. They will be directly put up to the pre-master's entry, and they will be having a 2 additional course of English in their term 1. There is no extended time period of English.
Okay.
Hello. Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, last time you have mentioned about the pathway program. So would you mind to repeat it again?
So it's not the pathway program, it is the English preparatory course.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, there is 2 entry level, pre-master's entry level and FAR entry level. Pre-master's entry level is recommended to students who are coming directly with the minimum requirement. Each band sits. And for FAR entry, they will be recommended to take the test of EPT if they're coming with a score of anything overall 6, but 1 or 2 band 6. Overall 6.5 with 1 or 2 band 6. Similarly, if they're coming with the same TOEFL and PTE score also, they will recommend it for either EPT or the direct or pre-master's entry. Clear on that? In any questions?
No, ma'am, all good.
Okay. Any other question?
No, ma'am, not from my side, because we are recruiting for FDU since years. So we are very clear with the program specialization, everything we know.
Okay.
You do also have this emergency management, or it is remote?
No, it's not anymore provided.
It's not anymore.
Not
So currently it is global health services, global health and human services, one, global technology. Then you said cyber security. Fourth, you said computer forensic. Fifth is HR. Anything which I missed?
No, all these 5 for MAS program.
Okay, MAS program. And for computer science also you have 3 specialization.
One is
Three
coming under the
programs.
general, and then the database, then the computer program.
Okay, okay, computer programming, general and database. Okay. And then you have hospitality management. And then undergraduate level, you same have bachelor's of administrative science as well as bachelor of hospitality management.
Yeah.
And for undergraduate, you accept 6 band with one module 5.5.
Yes.
Right?
Overall
6.5.
6 with no band less than 5.5.
Correct. And their tuition fee is what you said,
21,000 US dollars without
per
scholarship.
year, without scholarship. And if they appear for SET, it could be as low as 7,000.
See, if they're coming directly with a SAT score of 1280 and above, it's a flat scholarship. 65% is guaranteed to all the students. Their fees will come down to 7,350 US dollars.
Okay. And if they don't appear for SAT on the first hand, but then after receiving offer letter, if they appear, they will be able to.
Yes, so at the time of application, they do not have an SAT score. They have time till the registration. That is, they apply for the visa, they
Till
get the visa.
registration.
Yes, they can come back with a SAT score.
Or any breakout, like if I don't have 1250 or 1280, if I have 1200 or 1100, I'll get less scholarship. Anything like that?
No, at this moment,
Anything on the basis of academic, like I have 85% or 80%?
it's a merit
Straight,
scholarship
well,
straight with academic 65% above. It is directly 30% scholarship. If they have 65% plus SAT, it's 65% scholarship.
Okay, clear, quite clear. So what should we do? I'll save your number. I'll make a group right now so that they can,
Discuss on the
yeah, and they
applications.
can also forward the profile on the group. I'll make one pager for them. It's the same way we have discussed. So that also that will be helpful.
So do you have any Jan and Tech students at this moment?
And do you also offer Jan intake letters if we have student?
No, I'm asking like you already have an applicant or something.
Acha, okay. So I'm not sure. I need to check my data.
Okay.
But I think
And for May intake, that's for the summer intake, we are closing with the applications by this December 31st.
31st December is the deadline.
Yes, we do not.
Okay, so for that we can do promotion.
Yes, so just mark up your maximum number of applications by this December. I'll be looking forward to that. And we will not be having any extension on the applications.
Okay, ma'am. So by this December, we need to apply if we want.
Yes.
I have your numbers here. FDU Canada, India.
Okay, so that's your number, right? I'll save your number.
And then for scholarship, you need 65%. But
65
for
only.
entry, what is the bachelor's entry requirement percentage?
55%.
55.
55.
And if someone have overall 55, but one or two subject like below 50, then
See, we don't look in for individual mark requirement. We go for overall only.
okay.
But the core subject, excluding the non-academic. You guys have any applicants already in the pipeline or already made an application?
Now you will get the application because today we are clear with this.
Okay.
We have, on the website, it's written 4 years of bachelor's degree.
Yes, because 3 year is only accepted
then
for
for-
Indian degree.
Yeah, for masters, if you have mathematics masters or computer masters, then only you'll get admission. So all these things are there.
Okay.
USA visa mate. Okay, Bessa, please.
So no problem. If you have any profiles to discuss, please feel free to do on
So,
the
ma'am.
chat. Unless until I recommend you to write an email, please don't go for an email. Profile, we can discuss it indirectly.
Profile, they are usually discussed on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp itself.
Okay, ma'am, no problem. I'll just stop that recording.
Please.